Hi everyone and welcome to the Dodo Bird Nerd. It's me, the Dodo Bird Nerd, and today's video I'm going to be doing part 3 of my Which Pokemon Have Extinct Animal Inspiration series, this time going over the new Pokemon in Generation 3. So, without any further ado, let's roll the intro and let's get started. Very briefly, before I go into the rules of what I cover and don't cover in the series, I just want to say that all the works I use and all the images I use will all be linked in the description of the video. So the first thing is I sort these Pokemon into 3 different categories based on how closely they match their supposed extinct animal basis. The first of these is an exact match. Basically, it is exactly what I would want from an extinct animal Pokemon. It could be a little bit better, but relatively it is perfect in terms of covering that extinct animal. Close enough is just below that, and basically it means it could be a little bit better, but it serves the role well. The final one is the how category, where I can't see how it potentially could be this extinct animal, even though there's small amounts of evidence that would support that claim. Then the 2 last things I want to go over before getting into the actual animals. I don't tend to cover any of the ones that accident into being a dinosaur. There was quite a lot in this, just due to the fact they had lizard characteristics that could be a potential dinosaur. Now, if anyone in the comments says there should be enough evidence to support that, and I agree with it enough, then I will cover them in an addendum video near the end of the series. The last thing is that I'm not going to cover anything that's just a generic representation of an animal species, such as Sandslash to a pangolin, because there's extinct animals of basically every species. So I would basically be covering every single animal Pokemon, which is basically all of them. And so I felt that only by going over ones that were specifically based on the specific extinct animal would be the best way to go. So, with all those rules and stuff out of the way, let me get started with the only 5 families in the entirety of Generation 3 that have an extinct animal basis. 5. I thought Generation 2 was low. Nope, this one only has 5. So this is going to be one of the videos on the shorter side of things. So let's get started with the first family, which will always be for these series, is the Grassstarter, which is going to be Sceptile with a Dilophosaurus basis. Now, based on the fact that it has the head crest that Dilophosaurus has, it has a tail and like the leaf blades, which could be a fact that the Dilophosaurus had feathers, I'm going to give this an exact match. It's one of those exact matches that could potentially be a little bit better, but overall, I think it basically would be the Dilophosaurus Pokemon that we're going to get, and so I'm going to give it an exact match. The next Pokemon is going to be Vigoroth, which could have some Megatherium inspirations. Not slacking, because that one gets way too much like an ape or a gorilla. Well, gorilla is an ape, but specifically a gorilla, I guess, to really get that ground sloth. And while Vigoroth isn't perfect, it still kind of gets the idea across, so this is going to be one of those close enoughs. It could definitely be better, and I would prefer a much better ground sloth Pokemon in the future, but for now, it's fine for Vigoroth to be the ground sloth Pokemon, or the Megatherium. They're the same thing, really. The next one's going to be a bit weird. This is going to be Torcol and the Carbonemys. Now, this is a weird case, as the Carbonemys effectively means in Greek carbon turtle, which is what Torcol is. It means a tortoise, but still. However, and you could assume that that was what they were going to go off of. I mean, it's a turtle or tortoise with a heavy coal inspiration. A very clear link to that extinct turtle species. However, Generation 3, came out in 2002, while the Carbonemys wasn't discovered until 2005. So they kind of predicted it. So this is going to be a very weird exact match, as it's way too perfect so that you would assume that they had planned it as such, But when you see there was a 3-year gap between when they designed the Pokemon and when the thing was discovered, it is perfect. So I'm going to give Torcol the exact match. It's a bit out there, I know, but I felt like I had to give Torcol the exact match here. The next one is going to be the only fossil Pokemon that I'm covering from this generation. Not Cradily or Lileep, as there's quite a lot of fossils of that thing they're based on, but the thing they're based on is also still currently alive. It didn't go extinct. It's just fossils of them are incredibly common, so yeah, they didn't go extinct. So yeah. But what I will be covering is our Anaerith and Armaldo, based on the Anomalocaris. Yeah, this is another exact match. I mean, it's basically its scientific name, roughly, is like weird shrimp. And yeah, that basically covers Anaerith and Armaldo. They're called the old shrimp Pokemon, at least Anaerith is. And they look, at least Anaerith again, kind of in Armaldo, look exactly like the Anomalocaris. So this is going to be an exact match. There's quite a lot of those in this video. And the final extinct animal-based Pokemon in Generation 3 is Tropius, which is going to be a generic sauropod. Yeah, I'm not even going to, delay this. This is another exact match. It is a sauropod dinosaur with bananas and little leaf wings. While obviously this does have some additional things added onto it, it's still a sauropod dinosaur. So yeah, it's another exact match. So those were somehow all of the extinct animal inspired Pokemon in Generation 3 that I thought had a solid enough case to cover. Obviously, again, there's those few ones that accidentally into being a dinosaur, but I didn't think there was enough there. However, if the comments say that there is enough for those Pokemon, then I will cover them in an addendums video down the line. So let me know in the comments below if you think I should cover those in that addendum video. The next one in the series is going to be Generation 4, which I hope will have more extinct animal Pokemon, because there's not a lot to cover. There's only like 5 here, 5 families, which isn't a lot. So the next time you'll see that series is going to be for the Generation 4 part of this video. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye!